Welcome back everybody. Today we are going to start chapter 2 Inside Our Earth. The Earth, our homeland, is a dynamic planet. It is constantly undergoing changes inside and outside. Have you ever wondered what lies in the interior of the Earth? What is the Earth made up of? So you can see the interior of the Earth in the figure 2.1. Just interior of the Earth, just like an onion, the Earth is made up of several concentric layers with one inside another. You can see in figure 2.1, the uppermost layer is called the Earth surface is called the crust. So the uppermost surface is called the crust. It is the thinnest of all the layers. It is about 35 kilometer on the continental masses and only 5 kilometer on the ocean floor. So do you know the deepest mine in the world is in South Africa? It is about 4 kilometer deep. In search for oil, engineers have dug a hole about 6 kilometer deep. To reach to the center of the earth, which is not possible, you will have to dig a hole of 6,000 kilometer deep on the ocean floor. So if you want to reach the center of the earth, you have to dig 6,000 kilometer deep on the ocean floor. The main mineral constituents of the continental mass are silica and alumina. It is thus called Sial. The oceanic crust mainly consists of silica magnesium. It is therefore called SEMA. Is in figure 2.2. You can see that just beneath the crust is the mantle, which extends up to the depth of 2,900 km. Below the crust, the innermost layer is the core, with a radius of about 3,500 km. It is mainly made up of nickel and iron and is called knife. The central core has very high temperature and pressure. So it is called knife because Ni stands for nickel and Fe stands for ferrous, that is iron. So do you know the crust forms only 1% of the volume of the earth? 84% consists of the mantle and 15% consists of the core. The radius of the earth is 6,371 km. Rocks and minerals. The earth's crust is made up of various types of rocks. Any natural mass of mineral matter that makes up the earth's crust is called a rock. Rocks can be of different color, size and texture. There are three major types of rocks: igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks and metamorphic rocks. Word of origin: igneous, Latin word ignis means fire. Sedimentary, Latin word sedimentium means settle down. Metamorphic, Greek word metamorphos meaning change of form. So when the molten magma cools, it becomes solid. Rocks thus formed are called igneous rocks. They are also called primary rocks. There are two types of igneous rocks: intrusive rocks and extrusive rocks. Can you imagine lava coming out of the volcanoes? Lava is actually fiery red molten magma coming out from the interior of the earth on its surface. When this molten lava comes on the earth's surface, it rapidly cools down and becomes solid. Rocks formed in such a way on the crust are called extrusive igneous rocks. They have a very fine grained structure. For example, basalt. The Deccan Plateau is made up of the basalt rocks. Sometimes the molten magma cools down deep inside the earth's crust. Solid rocks so formed are called intrusive igneous rocks. So they cool down slowly. They form large grains. Granite is an example of such a rock. Grinding stones used to prepare paste powder of spices and grains are also made of granite. Rocks roll down, crack and hit each other and are broken down into small fragments. These smaller particles are called sediments. These sediments are transported and deposited by wind, water, etc. These loose sediments are compressed and hardened to form layers of rock. These types of rocks are called sedimentary rocks. So it is clear. For example, sandstone is made up of grains of sand. These rocks may also contain fossils of plants, animals and other microorganisms that once lived on them. So you can see the sedimentary rock turned into a metamorphic rock. You can see here. and the fossils are the remains of the dead plants and animals trapped in the layer of rocks are called fossils. Igneous and sedimentary rocks can change into metamorphic rocks under the great heat and pressure. You can see it in figure 2.3 beside it. For example, clay changes into slate and limestone into marble. Rocks are very useful to us. The hard rocks are used for making roads, houses, and buildings. You use stones in many games. For example, seven stones, pithu, hopscotch, tapu, kit, five stones, gitti. Find out some more such games by asking your grandparents, parents, and neighbors, etc. Let's do. Collect pictures of some monuments and find out which are the rocks used to build them. Two pictures have been collected for you. So the Red Fort is made of the red sandstone and the Taj Mahal is made up of white marble. You will be surprised to know that one type of rock changes to another type under certain conditions in a cyclic manner. This process of transformation of the rock from one to another is known as the rock cycle. You have already learned when the molten magma cools, it solidifies to become igneous rock. These igneous rocks are broken down into small particles that are transported and deposited to form sedimentary rock. When the igneous and sedimentary rocks are subjected to heat and pressure, they changes into metamorphic rocks. The metamorphic rocks, which are still under great heat and pressure, melt down to form molten magma. This molten magma again cools down and solidifies into igneous rock. You can see it in figure 2.4 rock cycle. So here from magma igneous rock is created, and from igneous rock sediments are created, and from sediment rock metamorphic rock, then again magma is created, and you can see the interconnection between them through the various arrows shown in between. Rocks are made up of different minerals. Minerals are naturally occurring substances which have certain physical properties and definite chemical composition. Minerals are very important to humankind. Some are used as fuels. For example, coal, natural gas, and petrol. They are also used in industries, iron, aluminium, gold, uranium, etc. in medicine, in fertilizers, etc.